But I just want to thank everyone today. I'm going to share with you a little bit about my story and my perspective. I was born into a loving family of 2 parents and 2 brothers, one older, one younger. Growing up, I was a nightmare. When I didn't get if I didn't get what I wanted, I would find the nearest wall. I would take my head and I would just start banging my head on the wall like that. I ended up getting a lot of things because I did that. But after about 1.5 years, my parents got fed up with it. I got mad one day. My mom came over, took my head, helped me slam it into the wall. I also grew up with a nanny, and she always watched TV. So she would always sit in the same spot on the same couch. So one day I took a bunch of toothpicks and I put them in the chair, in the sofa, hoping that she would sit down because I thought she watched too much TV. 1 hour later, I forgot I put it there. I ended up sitting on it myself. The point of these stories is that I was a really disobedient kid. I always looked for trouble, but my parents, they always loved me and took care of me. They raised me in the church in California. I attended high school in California, and I eventually went to Harvard University. Coming out of college, I signed with the Golden State Warriors. Right when I signed, I remember I had media, had a lot of attention. Everyone was calling me, texting me. But as many of you guys know, I had a terrible rookie year. I never played except in blowouts, and even when I did get in, I never played well. I eventually got sent to the D-League all 3 times. I was actually so stressed I couldn't eat or sleep the day before or the day of a game. And anybody who really knows me knows how much I eat. I wrote in my diary. I know it's kind of girly to keep a diary, but I do it anyways. I wrote, "This is probably the closest to depression I've been. I'm lacking confidence on the court. I don't like playing basketball. I feel embarrassed and like a failure again." I eventually wished I had never signed with Golden State. But I got through the rest of my rookie season and into the lockout. And I told myself going into my 2nd season, if this is my last season in the NBA, I'm going to give my best effort and play only for God. I don't want to put any extra pressure to play well for everybody. So when the season finally started in December, I was waived midway through the first practice by Golden State. When I first got to Houston, they had 6 point guards in practice. I was wondering, why am I here? There's no space for me. Eventually on Christmas, Houston waived me as well. New York picked me up off of waivers. 4th, the New York Knicks played the New Jersey Nets.
For Shumpert, and Lynn with a chance for a 3-point play. They're on their feet. Lynn does it again.
That was my breakout game. I remember I thought that might be my last game. And by the end of the game, I was on the court screaming. And after the game, when I went to shower, I was crying tears of joy. I know it sounds like I cry a lot, but only the times I just put them all in here, so. At this point, everything began to make sense. Now I knew why I was here. One crazy game after another. Next thing you know, we won 7 in a row. This is what everybody eventually called Linsanity. During Linsanity, as I reflect on the ups and downs of my short NBA career, I was reminded of one of my favorite Bible verses, Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Actually, I can see God's fingerprints all over my life. How he turned every situation, whether I thought it was good or bad, into good. You would think that after seeing all that God has done for me in my life and experiencing Linsanity, I would be ecstatic and fulfilled. After all, I was on the cover of Time, I was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, I was all over ESPN. I remember for the first week, I walked around with a smile the entire time. And with every passing game, it slowly faded away. By March 11th, 2012, I wrote in my diary again. I said, I'm slowly losing my happiness. Think about that for a second. I was in the middle of one of the most, if not the most miraculous season in NBA history. And I'm sitting here feeling this loss of joy. This was when I realized how empty the things of this world can be. The one thing I want to share is that I've been to the top of the mountain. but I'm not satisfied. Now, I just want more. If I win a championship, I want another one the next year. If I live like this, if I make my identity based on how many points I score, how much money I have, how many games we win, I will never, ever be satisfied. I want to share this verse with you. Matthew 16:26. What good will it be for a man if he gains the whole world, yet forfeits his soul? Or what can a man give in exchange for his soul? Do you guys ever think about your own soul?